Following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the Tiafangi coming to you with what will hopefully be a special review. And it is technically a double review because we're going to be taking a look at not one but two Transformers action figures. And the title of the video is no joke. We're going to take a temporary break from reviewing Transformers Legacy figures to review what are most likely going to be the only Transformers Earthspark figures that I add to my Transformers collection. And they are the Transformers Earthspark One-Step Flip Changer Twitch and Warrior class Thrash. So yes, these are the two main characters from the Transformers Earthspark series, Twitch and Thrash. They are a brand new subgroup of Transformers. Faction was the word I was looking for. They're a brand new faction of Transformers known as the Terrans. They're Transformers that are created originally on planet Earth. They don't originate from Cybertron. I don't know if a faction logo has been created for them yet, but yeah, it is pretty nice to have them here. So I figured why not get the action figures of the two main characters of Earthspark at least. I stopped watching Transformers Earthspark when I think either episode 9 or 10 came out, so I haven't watched any of the episodes that have been released since then. But I may go back and watch it after reviewing these figures. So the main reason I decided to get these two figures of these characters is because so far the word from Hasbro is that this right here, the Warrior class figure, is the only action figure of Thrash that's going to be released in the Earthspark line. That said, from the reviews I've seen and people who found this figure, Thrash is a pretty impressive looking, Transformers action figure. He has a very nice amount of articulation. He's screen accurate to his animation model from the Earthspark cartoon, and overall, he's a fantastic Transformers action figure to have. So the main reason, because this is the only action figure of Thrash that's being released in the Earthspark line, I decided to get the recently released a one-step flip changer action figure of Twitch because this is one of two action figures that Twitch has received in the Earthspark line. The other one that was released first was the deluxe class figure of Twitch. I found that figure at my local Target store, but then I returned it because when I saw a review that the Warrior class Thrash figure was smaller than deluxe class Twitch, I decided to return it because of the few action figures that surprisingly Twitch and Thrash, for being the main characters of Transformers Earthspark, they've surprisingly received the fewest amount of figures compared to the other characters that have been released in the Earthspark line. Although I could be incorrect, I haven't really been following up on the Transformers Earthspark line. But anyways, the one-step flip changer version of Twitch is size accurate to Thrash. It's only half the size that Thrash is, and that is size accurate to how they appear in the Transformers Earthspark cartoon, where Thrash is the larger of the two of them. So that was my motivation for getting the one-step changer version of Twitch instead of the deluxe figure, to have figures of these two that are size accurate. And as I said, so far these are the most size accurate action figures of these two characters that were created, introduced, and added to the Transformers franchise with Transformers Earthspark. Alright, so if you want to have size-accurate action figures of Twitch and Thrash interacting with each other, then these, so far, are the only action figures that will allow you to do that. So let's take a close look at them individually. The one-step changers and the Warrior class figures in the Transformers Earthspark line, they are in open. They aren't even inside boxes. They're just like open backdrop packaging. I don't know the vocabulary to describe this type of box, but yeah, they're out in the open. So if someone containing a pocket knife in their pocket were to do so, they could just tear open the paper tie-downs and make off with the action figures if they wanted to. So if you find these figures in store, just be aware to make sure that Twitch isn't broken and she doesn't have any missing parts, and make sure that Thrash has his weapon of his laser gun, which becomes the sidecar for his alt mode. So here's the one-step flip changer version of Twitch. Being a one-step flip changer, she doesn't have too much articulation since she's automatically transforms fully from her robot mode to her vehicle mode of a drone. owned. But again, this is the most size-accurate action figure of Twitch when standing next to Thrash, so I highly recommend getting this figure if you can. And she is one of the more recently released one-step flip changer figures of the Earthspark line. She's one of 2 figures released in the 3rd wave of these small one-step changer figures. The other is Megatron. But yeah, there she is in her vehicle mode, and her name, Terran Twitch. She is a one-step flip changer. The Earthspark line, you've got some artwork of Twitch based on her animation model there on the top of the box. On this side, you've got plastic-free packaging, which Hasbro is going to do away with next year in 2024. On this side, you've got a poster image of the 5 main characters from the Transformers Earthspark line. You've got, in addition to Twitch and Thrash, you've also got Bumblebee, and then the 2 human children who are it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Transformers Earthspark, so unfortunately I apologize for not remembering their names. Probably should have looked it up before I started recording the video, but you've got the 2 human children who are literally bonded with Twitch and Thrash, as evidenced by the cyber-trolling technology on their arms. So yeah, it's a nice poster image there for the Earthspark line. And coming on here to the back of the box, you got your product photos for Twitch. Which again, since she's a one-step flip changer, she transforms fully from her robot mode to her vehicle mode of a drone in just one step. I kind of wish they would have done a one-sentence bio for these Transformers figures, but I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but Twitch and Thrash are most likely going to be the only Transformers Earthspark figures that I add to my Transformers collection. The main reason I decided to get them is because I figured they're brand new Transformers characters, so why not get the only figures that have so far been released of them and add them to my Transformers collection. So here's Warrior Class Thrash. Just like the one-step changers, the Warrior Class figures are sold in these it's not even a fully enclosed box, it's like a display. It's like an open display case where it's only some paper tie-downs that are keeping them in place from being stolen. And so just be aware if you decide to get these figures in store, just be aware that someone could have most likely touched these figures, so just do your best to keep yourself safe from germs and any other contaminants that might have gone on the surface of these toys. I was lucky enough, I found both, I got both Twitch and Thrash off of Amazon, partially because Twitch has been recently released, and I don't know if she's appeared at Walmart and Target stores yet. Thrash has been out for a while, so I got this figure at a discount. He was like $2 off retail price. And the reason why I'll show it in a moment is because there's a small slash mark on the back of his box. Probably my camera probably wouldn't even show it off, but because his box, Amazon decided to declare that it's damaged, I was able to get Thrash at a discount, so that was really nice there. So here's Thrash in his hidest box. There's his weapon of a laser gun, which doubles as the sidecar of his vehicle mode, which is a motorcycle with a sidecar attachment. Here's some artwork of Thrash. Ash here on the back of the box. It's just like the artwork for Twitch. It is just an image of his animation model from the Earthspark cartoon. On the side of the box, you got another image of Thrash, Ash in his robot mode, plastic-free packaging being advertised again. Again, that's Hasbro's gonna put an end to that due to all the bad publicity that plastic-free packaging has occurred with Transformers action figures. And it displays here for on the front box product photo that you can attach Thrash's laser gun and onto the side of his arm if you desire. And because the Warrior class figures have full articulation, the slow motion of it right here is that even when it's attached to the side of his arm, you can move Thrash's arm around just like you can when the laser gun isn't attached. It's got the same poster image here that we saw with Twitch, where you've got Bumblebee, Twitch, and Thrash, along with the 2 human kids, is on the side of the box. So they're the main characters of Transformers Earthspark. Going here to the back of the box, you've got your product photos. You got Thrash in his robot mode, and there's his vehicle mode of the sidecar motorcycle. And to my knowledge, I believe Thrash is only the second Transformers action figure that's a motorcycle that has a sidecar attachment. The first one was the Transformers animated a samurai Prowl figure that was released way back in 2009. And so it's actually, so even though motorcycle Transformers aren't that rare. It is rare when they get a sidecar attachment on it, so Thrash is somewhat unique in that regard. Alright, again, Twitch and Thrash are a brand new faction of Transformers known as the Terrans. It's a play on the word terrain, meaning Earth. So they were created on planet Earth. They weren't created on Cybertron, so technically, you could joke that despite being made from Transformer technology, Twitch and Thrash have no ties to planet Cybertron. Planet Earth is the only planet that's their home. I apologize if I'm jumping ahead here, but if the Transformers Earthspark series ends with the Transformers leaving Earth and deciding to return to planet Cybertron, the question's probably going to come up is, are Thrash and Twitch and the other Transformers characters who are Terrans, will they stay on Earth or will they return with the Autobots back to Cybertron? Time will tell at this point, since Transformers Earthspark, as of this video's recording, it's September of 2023, and Earthspark is still an ongoing series. It's the most recent Transformers cartoon series to come out. So how it ends, we'll just have to wait and see. So, and being a warrior class figure, Thrash transforms back and forth from his robot mode to his vehicle mode in up to 15 steps. And I apologize for my voice breaking up, but it's late at night, and I'm really tired after having a long day. Hey, so just bear with me for a moment here. So yeah, there is a Warrior Clash Thrash and the one-step flip changer version of Twitch in their boxes. The one-step changers figures are packaged in alt mode, while the Warrior Clash figures are transformed to robot mode. I'll get Twitch transformed into her robot mode once we get them out of the box, and then I'll show off both of them in vehicle mode once I get it finished getting these robot mode figures out of the way. So yes, without further delay, let's get these guys out of their boxes and take a close look at the poster characters for Transformers Earthspark, Twitch and Thrash in their robot modes. Alright, and so here are Twitch and Thrash transformed out of their boxes and into their robot modes, and I gotta say, they are a pretty impressive looking duo. And again, this is the main reason I decided to get the one-step changer version of Twitch, is because she is size accurate, standing next to the Warrior class version of Thrash. Asha, even though she's a one-step changer, I kind of wish Hasbro would have at least allowed her drone own propellers to move around, and if they would have given her some elbow joints, I think that would have made her a little more impressive looking. But who knows? Maybe they're going to surprise us and release a core class sized figure of Twitch. But despite the lack of articulation, I don't regret choosing to get the one-step changer version of Twitch over her deluxe class-sized figure, and maybe they will surprise us and we'll get a Voyager class-sized version of Thrash to partner up with the deluxe class-sized version of Twitch. It's hard to tell at this point if Hasbro and Tomy are even considering that, but these two figures here are really size accurate to Twitch and Thrash's appearance in the Earthspark cartoon. I decided to give Thrash his laser gun unattached to his left arm just to distinguish him. You can also attach it onto the back of him if you don't want him actually holding it in either one of his arms. It attaches via a 5mm post, and so you can use that port right there to attach his laser gun if you want. So because Twitch is a one-step flip changer, she doesn't have any articulation at all. Technically, if you wanted to, you could have her head move a fraction of a millimeter up and down, but that's just a result of her spring-loaded transformation joint. She does have 5mm fists on her hands, but if you look closely at them, they are super, super thin, so I do not recommend even giving her a laser gun. Even if she did have elbow joints and she could move her lower arms upward, I do not recommend plugging anything into her hands. So, setting Twitch off to the side and focusing here on Thrash, because he's a warrior class figure, Thrash does have a bunch of articulated joints, and he is a fairly decent Transformers action figure. Out of the box, some of his joints are tight, such as the ball joints on his hips. Those are super tight, but then some of the joints are also loose, such as the knee joints, and the shoulder joints are loosen up. So hopefully the joints that are kind of loose out of the box, won't get too loose over time, and then the ones that are super tight, they'll loosen up a bit. I know that's a bit of a oxymoron to say, hey, that I hope the tighten joints loosen up and the loose joints don't tighten up over time. But overall, I'm just really amazed at how accurate Thrash is to his appearance in the Earthspark cartoon. So for his articulation, his head is on a ball joint, but oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a oh no, it's a swivel joint, so he can't. I thought it was a ball joint, but it's a swivel joint due to how his head is shaped. So Thrash can look left and right just a tiny bit. But he can't look all too far over. He's got ball jointed shoulders, so the arms can spin forward and backward at the shoulder 360 degrees. They can go out this far. No bicep swivel, but you do have a ball jointed elbow, so you can rotate the lower arm inward and outward, and you can bend it up and down at the elbow joint itself. Swivel joint in the waist, so it's nice to see a waist joint there. Ball jointed hips which are super tight right out of the box, so Thrash can move his leg forward that far, the leg can go back that far, and his legs can go out this far, so you can get Thrash to do a full splits if you desire to do so. No thigh swivel on the upper leg due to how he transforms arms, but you got really tight swivel joints in the knee, and they do clip in place when you transform him into robot mode. So do be aware of that. And then no foot articulation due to his robot mode legs transforming into the wheel sections for his alt mode of a motorcycle. But yeah, overall, pretty fantastic figure. And Twitch and Thrash even refer to themselves as brother and sister in the Earthspark cartoon, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they are quite a nice duo to have here. So let's get these guys transformed into their alt modes and rev up the review. So I will show, because Twitch is a one-step flip changer, I will show her transformation. So to get her transformed, you have to press this black button on her abdomen. That will release the spring and cause her to automatically transform back into her vehicle mode of a drone. And then to get her transformed back into robot mode, you gently push on the yellow tail fin on the back of her drone section, and you'll hear it click into place. And that's how you transform the one-step changer Earthspark Twitch figure back and forth between her robot mode and her vehicle mode of a drone. I won't show Thrash's transformation on camera due to it being a little more intricate, but I will be right back and I will show Thrash alongside Twitch. Alright, and so here is Thrash transformed to his alt mode of a motorcycle. For what it is and how it transforms, it's pretty okay looking motorcycle. The engine block is formed by the robot mode feet coming together, and it's only sculpted detailing on one side. On the opposite side, it's a whole bunch of hollowed out bits, but that's one of the reasons why the sidecar is here, is because it covers that up and it creates the optical illusion that Thrash is a complete motorcycle. He does have robot mode kibble that's visible here. The head is somewhat concealed by the robot mode chest, which does become the actual headlight section for the motorcycle mode. If the wheel wasn't here, then you will be able to see Thrash's head. You can see it if you look at it at a correct angle, and then of course you got the arms just hanging out here, pegged together to hold the headlight section of the motorcycle to the base. So again, it's not the greatest motorcycle. It's definitely not on par with some of the motorcycle Transformers figures that have been released in the Legacy line, such as Prime RC, Animated Prowl, or even Junkion Crash Bar, who I haven't reviewed yet, but you get the idea. For being a Warrior class figure from the Earthspark line, Thrash is a pretty decent looking motorcycle. And again, as far as I'm aware of, he's one of only he's only the second motorcycle Transformer to have a sidecar as part of his vehicle mode. The first was the original Transformers animated Samurai Prowl figure that was released way back at the beginning of 2009. So it is pretty nice there. Thrash's wheels, they do spin around really well, and he does roll fairly decently, but due to the engine block created by the robot mode feet, the amount of clearance that the base of the wheels have compared to the bottom of the engine block, using his box just to show you right there, there's literally only a hairline of clearance between the engine block and the actual wheels of Thrash's vehicle mode. So while he can roll fairly well, you're only going to be able to roll him around on a flat surface. So, but yeah, at least he does roll around fairly well. And pretty much the only main gripe that I have with Thrash is that when he's in motorcycle mode, there's really nothing to lock the wheel of the sidecar into place, since you have to fold it in right here to transform the sidecar into his laser gun. There's like but the wheel is then also allowed to spin all the way up here, so there's really nothing stopping it in place. So it will want to sag either inward or outward, and so I kind of wish that Hasbro and Takatomi would have designed the transformation joint for the sidecar wheel to lock in place when you get it Thrash transformed into his vehicle mode. But apart from that, I really am thrilled with how he came out. And so again, here is Twitch next to her brother Thrash, and again, they are a pretty impressive looking duo. The main reason I got the one-step changer version of Twitch is because these are the most size-accurate versions of these two Transformers characters. You got Twitch's vehicle mode of a drone, and Thrash's vehicle mode of a motorcycle with a sidecar. But yeah, overall, they are pretty impressive looking Transformers action figures. I could have, if I wanted, done separate reviews for the two of them, but I wanted to review them both at the same time because, again, these are probably going to be the only Transformers Earthspark figures I add to my Transformers collection, but I don't regret getting them because they are a pretty impressive looking duo, and again, they are brand new Transformers characters created for the Earthspark line. They're even a brand new faction of Transformers known as the Terrans. The Terrans don't have a faction symbol, so I kind of secretly hope that maybe Hasbro and Takatomi might create a faction symbol for them and to be for the Terrans. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Is that I'm really impressive for the simplicity of the design for these figures. I really enjoy how screen accurate Twitch and Thrash are to their animation models from the Earthspark cartoon. So do I recommend getting both of these figures, the one-step flip changer version of Twitch and the Warrior class version of Thrash, and adding them to your Transformers collection? I absolutely do. You cannot go wrong having either of these figures in your Transformers collection, and even if you're not big on collecting action figures from the Transformers Earthspark line and you have no interest in getting them, I do recommend, if you can, and getting the one-step changer version of Twitch and getting the Warrior class Thrash figure, because these two figures can at least act as a pair of like young Transformers for your Transformers collection. If, like me, your main focus for the current year of 2023 has been collecting Transformers figures in the Legacy line, I mean, Twitch and Thrash aren't that bad of Transformers action figures. They're pretty nice for what they are. So I do recommend you get these two figures. I recommend you get the one-step changer version of Twitch, not the deluxe class version. And yeah, I can see why people have had mostly positive things to say about Thrash, because he is a pretty decent-looking sidecar motorcycle. So thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been the Tiafangi. This has been my double review of Transformers Earthspark, Warrior class Thrash, and one-step flip changer Twitch. I highly recommend you get these figures if you can and add them to both to your Transformers collection. So until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.